Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've got a pretty exciting person here that we're going to hear from. I'm the right now I'm the membership chairman, but the exciting person we're going to hear from is the president of International Log Home Builders Association. He is a man with a impeccable reputation, a man that knows a lot about log homes. And today is going to be a personal interview with a guy named Robert Kenel. Now, you're going to hear some people call him Bob Kenel, and then you're going to hear some that call him Grizzly Bob Kenel. And so you might, maybe Bob will tell us about that. But right now, Bob, would you give us an idea of who you are, or where you're at, and what you're doing these days?
Yeah, you bet, Fred. Thanks. A little bit about myself as I live here in Michigan. In the background, you can kind of see I live in a log home that I finished back in 1983. It's a handcrafted log home, and I've built log homes all across the United States. Been involved in the industry. First association I was involved with was the Great Lakes Log Crafters, and since then I've evolved through the industry with the International Log Builders, the International Mass Timber Alliance, and I've been on the committees for the ICC 400 standard. So I enjoy the industry. I try to promote the industry, and I love logs. Matter of fact, my cabin, my camp up in Michigan's Upper Peninsula is a log building as well, too. So I enjoy hunting and fishing and traveling. So it's a good life.
Well, Bob's not only what you would call a man's man as far as the outdoors goes. I mean, if you look at the back of his walls, you see all those animals up there and some of the trophies he's got in the years past. Bob, you said that you've built log homes all over the United States and so on and so forth. Tell us about some of the areas you built and some of the situations you found yourself in building logs.
Well, there's a lot of things that I've done. A lot of experience came when I was on National Geographic Cabin Fever Show for about a year and a half. That was with Nate Heim, and I was a project manager on that show and actually ran each one of those episodes as far as the managing aspect of that. So that gave me a lot of experience, but we used to build a lot of homes, put them on trucks, send them all over, rebuild them. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Ohio, Illinois, sent a lot of them out west. What was also a little bit different than a lot of the log builders are is I was also a general contractor license. So we did a lot of manufactured log homes. So manufacturing companies would call me up, say, Bob, we got a kit home. Could you build this for our client? They're over there. And we would go there because I had a general contractor's license and put those homes together. So I got a lot of experience with not just handcrafted log homes, but all sorts and all types of log homes. That evolved a little bit when I started working with government agencies, federal, state, and local government agencies, including Department of Natural Resources. We did a lot of restoration, a lot of historical restorations. Matter of fact, I still do quite a bit of that, not as much as I used to, but quite a bit of that on the side a little bit. I take special projects. I also volunteer my time for people that have historical societies and things like that, do consulting and write a review of their home and what needs to be done. And yeah, it's a fun life, but I love the historical aspect, the heritage homes, working with Secretary of Interior Standards on restoration and things like that. So it's a lot of aspects I get involved in. Also been involved with doing projects for riverbanks and things like that with logs, natural habitat for scenic national rivers like the Asabo River and the Manistee River, where the banks are washing away. Designed something using logs that was all natural, and the DNR accepted that, and it's standard practice here in Michigan now for erosion. So pretty neat, and it's all with logs. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, Bob, I hate to say this, but my life sounds pretty boring compared to yours. And I get to travel a little bit with the log industry myself. But how would Bob, how would let me tell the people something, and that is Bob is very accessible. Bob will return a phone call or an email. Bob, can you give us your email in case somebody, or give the folks your email in case they wanted to get in touch with you? I
Sure
guess it would be
can.
your
It's
Sasco email.
Grizzly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's my personal email is grizzly1bob@gmail.com. That's GRIZZLY, the numeral 1, BOB@gmail.com. And my phone number, I'll give you my phone number if you need it, Fred. It's on site. You can look at ILBA's website. You can find my phone number. If you need to call me, I'm always available. Everybody can also just Google Grizzly Bob on the internet, and my name should pop up everywhere.
Well, you know what? One of the benefits of me being a member of the International Log Home Builders Association is my association with you. And what I'm going to encourage people to do is contact Bob here, Grizzly Bob, and he is just a wealth of information. And if he doesn't know what you need, he can direct you to someone. And so I'm going to encourage the people to do that. Bob, what are we looking at as far as ICC in the future? What do you got going on over there?
Hey, well, the new ICC standards are coming out in 2022. The consensus committee, which we're together on, Fred, and welcome this year, by the way, your first time with the ICC. But ICC is very important. It builds minimum standards for log homes that are not only used in the United States, but are used as reference throughout the world. And what's really nice is that ILBA has a seat on that with their consensus committee. And because we are an association and because the members pay funds, we can actually afford to get in, pay transportation time, whatever's needed to be in on these things and make decisions. And we have some control on what we want to do and what ILBA wants to do for its members. Log builders need to have input on building codes. It's not just engineers and things like that. The builders have to have a say. And it's been a very important aspect. I know for ILBA is the same as other associations too, but it's an important part of being an association. You get to hear, or you get to be heard, I should say. You get to be heard on what you want to say. And if there's an issue that you want, or a design change, or something's not working out right, send that into ILBA, and ILBA representatives on the consensus committee for the 400 standard will put something together and they'll reply to you.
I cannot emphasize enough about the fact that for someone, what they can do is they can go to logassociation.org and go to the directory, and you can pull up Robert Kenel there. And I cannot tell people, whether you're just a homeowner or a student or so on and so forth, I cannot emphasize the fact that these are the people like Robert Kenel that you have a connection with, and being a member of the Log Home Builders Association. And Robert, what is the correct wording?
International Log Builders Association.
There you go, International Log Home Builders Association. I'm getting old, Bob.
Oh, that's okay. You got a little jet lag there too, so I understand.
You see the gray mustache. It goes with the hair, man, and so which is connected directly to the brain. So, but anyway, I'm gonna have to get me a new hairstylist. Yours is a lot darker than mine is. But anyway, so let's finish this little bit conversation up, and let's end it up with some things you would like to express, and we'll go from there, and we'll stop where we're at. Go ahead.
Well, there's a lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about with log homes, but I'm in agreement with our membership committee, and there's a great board of directors and stuff with ILBA that people need to be involved in association. If your company wants to grow, you can use that logo on your website. You can put that logo on your pickup truck. Become a member. and it's going to help you grow. That's the biggest thing. If you're not involved in some kind of an association with the industry, log buildings, home builders associations, things like that, that's really important. And for homeowners and people that do restoration work, people that stain, people that chink, architects, engineers, realtors, ILBA is the place where you can actually get on board, get your name out there, get recognized, and guess what? It looks pretty nice on your resume as well.
Well, yep, and you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And the guy that's on the other end of the screen here, Robert Kenel, is the president of that. And I'm going to encourage people to contact you. I'm going to encourage people to contact ILBA. And if nothing else, go to the directory and just look at the people are there. I guess this is about all we have time for. Bob, is there anything last thing you'd like to say?
No, I just, ILBA was pretty nice association to be a member with. And all associations do have a connection, log associations and other associations like the Great Lakes Log Crafters and the International Mass Timber Alliance, which, by the way, is doing an energy study for log homes. We've got some grants from the Department of Energy. And, without ILBA's support to move these things along, those things probably would not happen. So very important to belong to something.
Well, and I agree with you. And what I'm going to tell you folks is this: that association has people like Robert Kenel in it, and they are he's in the top 10 percentile of knowledgeable people in the log industry, and that gives you access. And Robert's a good guy too. Old Bob, Grizzly Bob, he's a good guy too. So it's not like you're going to call some old grumpy old coot that's not going to help you out. Robert's going to be there, Grizzly Bob, and we're going to sign off. And hey, you know what? Where are you going next, Bob? Where are you heading to next?
Oh, I'm heading out to Colorado here in a week, and I'll be out there for a week. That's our next thing that we're doing. And then I've got a couple guys that still work for me a little bit. We're working on the Besser Museum up in Alpena, Michigan, restoring a 1700, it's about 1780 log home. One of the first ones up in that area. So yeah, I stay pretty busy.
Wow. Okay, folks, that's for this session. We'll be back with some more YouTube videos with people like Grizzly Bob there, the best of the best. And once again, thank you there, Grizzly Bob, Robert Kenel. We appreciate it, and we look forward to the next time. Hey, before I leave, let me say one more thing. Could we do, Robert, would you have time in the future to do just a video just strictly on the International Log Home Builders Association, can we ask you to, in the future, to do that for us?
Oh, you bet. Be glad to do that, Fred, anytime.
Okay, good. I'll get with the office because that association covers everything from students to homeowners to the builders themselves to the manufacturers and so on and so forth. So after this, I'll see you later, Bob. See you around a tree somewhere. Take care.
All right. Okay. Adios.
Hasta la vista.